look at Floyd. Like Floyd spends money like it's a tap. Like he's got a tap, just like unlimited amount of money. Money's just flowing. And even as much money as he's made in his career, which he's probably made as much, if not more money than any boxer ever. Like there's all these lawsuits. Like he hasn't been paying things and he owes money on this and owes money on that. And it's like, and then he's got to come out of retirement.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough. I think it's just the lifestyle that Floyd lived.
Yes.
I think he can't fathom to just live a modest lifestyle. It's like he got to be lavish.
Right. He's got to have those videos where he shows you all the watches, where he opens the case up, you know.
All the money. He got to show that he got $1 million in his backpack. And, you know, he got the latest watch and the latest car and look what I just bought.
And when you get into latest watches and latest cars, you get into that, like, boy, that money goes quick.
Yeah.
Bugattis are like 3 million. There's watches that are 3-5 million. That's crazy. So you buy a watch and a car, you're down 10. That's nuts.
Joe Rogan didn't hold back when Floyd Mayweather's massive real estate claims became the topic of conversation. He immediately questioned the numbers, saying they simply didn't add up. According to Rogan, there's a huge difference between making bold public claims and actually proving ownership with verified records. His reaction instantly reignited debate about whether Floyd's billion-dollar image truly reflects reality.
And one of the reasons why people watch him fight is not because he's like Mike Tyson, just goes out and destroys people. They like watching him fight because they hate him. Because he talks so much shit and he's like, look at my $1 million watch, look at my fucking jet, look at my house, look at this. He's like constantly showing you all these things that he has. Like he'll lay out watches in a hotel bed. Like this is $1 million worth of watches. This watch goes for $2 million. And they're like, this is my small watch that I take sometimes, but I want to show you. When I show up, I bring out the big boy and it brings out this watch that's covered in diamonds. It's like $5 million. And so you hate him.
And that Floyd owes like $1.4 million in jewelry debts, that Floyd owes like hundreds of thousands of dollars in rent for a private New York apartment. His private jet fuel, he's not paid hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of fuel and maintenance. He put up one of his jets that I think he even sold, but one of his jets and I want to say one of his properties, like one of his homes, up as collateral for a $54 million loan from an individual, from a billionaire that had a 9% interest on the loan.
Rogan challenged the entire narrative surrounding Mayweather's reported real estate empire. While Floyd has claimed ownership of dozens of high-value properties, Rogan argued that flashy headlines don't always match verified assets. He also pointed to reports of outstanding tax obligations, suggesting that the full financial picture may be far more complicated than many fans realize.
He owed that money to the IRS. How much did he owe?
It's in the $20+ million range.
It's a lot of money, man.
But it's not something that he's been, it's not like deception.
No.
It's just neglect to pay.
Neglect. And it's also like, I think, and there is like a truth to this. He makes so much money. There's probably a point when they're like, hey, it's time to pay your taxes. And you go like, all right, here's a check for $25 million. That's an incredible amount of money. And then they go, that's true, but you owe 50 more. And he's just like, that can't be right.
You know
I've given you $25 million.
Yeah, he's bought over 100 luxury cars from the same dealer and always pays in cash.
He has $15 million worth of cars.
That's what makes this story so fascinating. For years, Floyd built the Money Mayweather brand around endless wealth, private jets, luxury cars, designer watches, and mountains of cash. But recent financial reports and legal disputes have created a completely different conversation. Supporters believe Floyd is simply making smart business moves, while critics argue the image may no longer match reality.
That Floyd Mayweather is made, and because he's the best in the history of pay-per-view at making sure that the money ends up in his pocket. He is or has been a businessman as an athlete that almost doesn't have a peer because he owns all his own stuff as an independent. Your spending has to be so fiscally irresponsible to lose the amount of money that Floyd Mayweather has lost that it is almost beyond anything that is reason. It's not merely fiscal insanity. It's something that doesn't make any sense to me.
Right. And another sign of him maybe in financial trouble is, as of February 2026, Floyd Mayweather has initiated a massive $340 million lawsuit against Showtime Networks and former executive Steven Espinoza. So he's trying to get some bread right now.
The estimate is that he made over $1.2 billion over the course of his career in just earnings from fights.
Discussion became even more intense when reports surfaced claiming Floyd had suffered staggering financial losses. At the same time, he launched a $340 million lawsuit against Showtime Networks and former executive Steven Espinoza, adding another major chapter to the ongoing controversy. Whether it's a strategic legal battle or a sign of financial pressure, the lawsuit has only fueled more speculation. Additional reports also claimed that 2 of Floyd's Las Vegas properties were temporarily seized over unpaid taxes before later being recovered after payment. Other reports suggested a $54 million loan secured against his homes, private jet, and business assets. While the accuracy and context of these reports continue to be debated, they've widened the gap between Floyd's luxury image and the financial.
They said that, things that they said in this article were insane, that Floyd owes like $1.4 million in jewelry debts, that Floyd owes like hundreds of thousands of dollars in rent for a private New York apartment. His private jet fuel, he's not paid hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of fuel and maintenance. He put up one of his jets that I think he even sold, but one of his jets and I want to say one of his properties, like one of his homes, up as collateral for a $54 million loan.
The outlet also...
What's wrong with that? And why are we attempting to tease Floyd? Is Floyd... Yes, he's broke. Of course he's broke. He's a boxer. Did they say can't read? That's not to tease him. They say that he can't read. His best friend at the time said that he can't read, and he never denied it. I don't tease him for it. He was a guy who grew up in a boxing channel, right? It's one of these things. You know what you know. You know what you were taught. I didn't teach him about contracts. I didn't teach him about saving. I didn't teach him about investments. Who would have taught him these things? Of course he's broke.
Questions now surrounding his empire. Chael Sonnen offered a completely different perspective. Instead of criticizing Floyd for continuing to fight, he asked a simple question. If millions of people go to work every day because they need money, why should a boxer be any different? Chael argued that chasing another payday isn't something to be ashamed of. He then challenged another long-standing boxing narrative, suggesting that many of the sport's reported billion-dollar earnings and blockbuster pay-per-view figures are based more on promotional claims than publicly verified financial records. According to Sonnen, until official numbers are released, many of those eye-popping figures should be viewed with caution rather than accepted as fact.
Gambling addict. Got baby mamas all over the... What do you mean is he broke? Of course he's broke. What boxer do you know that isn't broke? What a ridiculous question. But it's the fact that they're attempting to tease him. I mean, first off, they're asking the question. Look, I've told you until I'm blue in the face. The numbers that you hear in boxing simply aren't true. Floyd made $1 billion. No, he didn't. Floyd and Conor made $500 million. No, they didn't. Of course they didn't. Nobody's ever confirmed that. And it's the same thing with the check. I got $100 million for a fight. Oh, you did? Who signed the check? Whoever signed the check is going to want credit for it. There's never been a time that $1 million check was written and the dude that wrote the check didn't make sure that somebody found out he wrote the check. So who wrote the check? Floyd's got a whole bunch of them, apparently. He got $1 billion. Who wrote the check?